Everyone wants to study in Japan, but students usually fail because they do not understand how the admissions process really works. You can find out information on the websites, you can find information on AI. ChatGPT is your answer to every problem. But let me tell you, the information doesn't move applications, it does not prepare you, and it does not help you aligning the guidance to your specific case. And which is why I am compelled to make this video, because I see students making these common mistakes again and again. And these mistakes are not just mistakes in their actions, but these mistakes are primarily with their understanding of the system, Japanese education system and admission system. I'm Dipti Singh, and in the past 5 years, we have guided number of students to find their place, happy place in Japanese universities. And in today's video, I am going to talk to you about certain problems in our understanding of the system, which leads to discontentment or rejections in many cases for students. So you gather a lot of information by talking to your friends, by using ChatGPT, Grok, or whatever, but please understand that this information is not specific to your case. Secondly, the advice that you receive from peers is not an expert advice. What moves your application and your preparedness is basically experience. So, and based on this experience, I will be sharing some basic mistakes in students' understanding that I see and how we can correct them together. Number one problem that I see again and again is in university selection. Most students start by looking at some of the top universities, famous universities, and thinking that these are the universities they should definitely be going to. There's no problem with that. But please understand, the admissions are not dependent on the popularity of the university. Rather, it is a combination of few factors. For example, your academic background, your strengths and weaknesses, your language ability, your course fitment, how relevant is that course for you, your long-term goals. Again, your course fitment to your long-term goals, career goals, and your goals in Japan. So all these factors play a way more important role than just looking at how famous a particular university is. Students just go ahead and apply to wrong universities and rely on random advice, and that is why they face rejection. They may not face rejection maybe in the initial stages, but once they join the course and they do not find the course fitment or the university fitment. You also lose a lot of time because you haven't selected the right university and the right course for yourself, or the right pathway for yourself. So all these cases are very relevant cases, and they can directly impact your applications and your end result to any university. Second mistake that students usually make is to think that admissions is somehow one admissions form that they need to fill. Admissions is not just a dump of data. It's not just a form that you fill and you have done the admission procedure. That's not how it works. It's a journey. Admissions is a journey. In many cases, it can mean first selecting the right university, selecting the right course, gathering your documents, right documents. It can also mean different stages of an application, which means they can be document screening, they can be an interview. In many cases, they can also be an exam, entrance exam. They can also be other exams like EJU or JLPT or NAT exam. I really don't know, depending on the student's profile and expectations from their long-term career goal. This could be the next step. Now, I see students understanding of admissions as a one-time activity and one form. That's not how it works. In case of Japan, second factor, which is very important, faculty expectation and also the course expectation. So there can be courses where a particular subject combination is required and the faculty is expecting a certain level of understanding in a particular area from the student, and student is not aware of that just looking at the website. So these are again very important factors. Third is the timeline, right? Your journey is to the admission. The admission itself is not the journey. Please understand that. And in case of Japan, the timelines can mean you losing out on 6 months, 1 year, or more, depending on when you start. So which is why all of these factors as just as important, and you must consider these when you're planning your admissions. It's not a one-day activity, it is a process and it's a preparation. visa and documentation. Most students, if your visa gets rejected, it is probably because your documents are not consistent. You do not understand the sequence, importance of the documents that you have submitted, or the end purpose or the goal of the document that you have submitted. Secondly, in everything that you do in Japan, there will always be a cultural background. There will always be a cultural connotation. So anything you look at, you will look at it from your cultural background, and any Japanese will look at the same document with their understanding and their cultural background. So these are some of the areas where I see students falter a lot, but this documentation can be planned. It can also be planned way ahead of time, and that is when it will be a seamless process for the student. Most students believe that getting an admission is the end goal, but trust me, it's not. Even if you get an admission, you should be worried about adjusting in a new country, in the new environment of that university, in the course that you have chosen. And Education Japan has sent hundreds of students so far to Japan, and that is why we have a great alumni network and professional network in Japan. And which is why when students go, they know the course expectation, they know the university expectation beforehand, they have insights about the cultural expectations, and also they are able to speak to the alumni in that university and find out what kind of jobs they are doing, what are their career goals, and not just that, the day-to-day life of other students in that university. So these are some of the benefits, and these are very important. Just securing an admission is not enough, but having a community before you land there, or being in touch with that community, is equally important. I would like to close this video with one message, that Japan rewards clarity, it rewards consistency, and not guesswork. And it is not a country of guesswork. So, which is why it's very important to rely on right guidance, and guidance that is tailored specifically for you. And if you have any questions, of course, you are most welcome to put those in the comments, and we would love to help you out with anything that you have on your mind. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like the video.